It's safe to say that the trend of cold water therapy has now been around for a while. As it came to my attention, I was deep in my self-improvement journey and couldn't resist trying it. Over 2 years later, I'm still doing it. But is it worth it? Hello, my name is Seth Lloyd. I'm a creative athlete and I'm leaving school in 2 months. I'm trying to make it successful without going to university, and I'm documenting the whole process right here on this YouTube channel. Subscribe and join us. Today I'm going to be talking about everything that I've learned about cold water therapy and how I think you should do it. This all started with Wim Hof watching his program on TV about taking celebrities through cold water challenges, making them do things they didn't think they could do and pushing their limits. This inspired my journey, and I started it because I thought it would reduce anxiety and increase things like productivity. So it started with 2 to 3 minute cold showers every morning as I woke up. And I did this for the first year or so. This was just a simple thing for me. I started with it on a low cold setting, so almost like neutral, and then progressively overloaded it, got down to as max cold as it could go. And that's what I'd recommend for anyone who's like, oh my god, cold showers, it's way too cold, I can't get down there. Just slowly make it colder and colder, progressively overload it, just as you would in the gym. That's pretty good. So I got to the maximum cold in about a month. So I had a long time there of just 3 minute cold showers, just freezing, and I was in there really trying to control my breath, stay calm and not panic at all. I wasn't stressed in these things, but it was definitely stressful for the body. I wasn't anxious during it, but to calm myself down is really good, because that's how I kind of get that real world benefit of reducing anxiety, being calm in stressful situations and that kind of thing. Anyway, so after 1 year, we got our first cold water container, which was a barrel. It was an old whiskey barrel. It was not used for a while. We thought it was really cool. We got it, filled it up with cold water. It's really good for them a couple of months, but it ended up just being really hard to kind of maintain the switch between the summer and then the winter. Ended up making the slats in it kind of expand and change kind of size a little bit, so they kind of fall through. Anyway, the barrel didn't work anymore, so we kind of binned that off and then ended up buying a Lumi pod, which is the classic kind of ice bath style. And then I ended up doing 5 minutes in there every single morning, and I really enjoyed that for a time. And then it got into the winter, and then I really hated it because it was really fucking cold. There were mornings I had to kind of pour the stuff off the top and crack through the ice to get in, and it was grim, because I'd go from my nice warm bed outside. It was probably raining at the time as well. Go outside first thing in the morning. It was definitely really good for getting anxiety, discipline, and developing this part of your brain which kind of grows with doing hard things you don't want to do, hard effort kind of things. And I'll get onto that later. But yeah, that was really hard to do. And then I stopped doing that and I moved on to hot cold shower rotations. So it's the sauna kind of rotation, sauna ice bath kind of thing, but at home, much easier to do. So I basically just go and turn the shower down to max as cold as it can go, and then as hot as it will go if I do 1 minute rotations of each, and then do around 2 to 3 sets of that. So that's kind of my protocol with that. I think doing it in the mornings every single day really transformed my life. Sounds weird to say, but it really did. And that's for a couple of reasons. And the first one is it just gave me that morning boost, made me feel alive in the morning. It just made me feel really awake in the mornings. I'd be in the shower ready to go, shadow boxing kind of shit. No, but I feel really ready to go. It would just, I'd get out of bed and I feel like asleep still, go straight in the cold shower. Whoa, I'm awake kind of thing. Really good. And yeah, that just kind of really changed everything, because then I could do my morning routine. I'd have more success with it, getting shit done, because I just didn't feel as tired. And overall, I think it really did help with reducing my anxiety. I think it was quite big when I started. I was just stressed about a lot of things. I didn't really realise kind of what was getting to me with anxiety. But I think this has really helped, because it's forced me to be hyper present. When I go in the ice bath, put my head under and I come back out, I'd just be I would be there and nowhere else. Nothing would be in my mind. I'd be hyper present. It'd be meditation in a way that's just really relaxing, really calming, and really interesting for me to find that, yeah, being in stressful situations in a cold bath or shower or whatever, that applies to real life, when you can regulate breathing, calm yourself down. When you get in stressful situations in real life, then you're better at regulating yourself, at managing it and dealing with it. So kind of just go into my breathing methods that aren't not like the kids sitting in the corner doing Wim Hof breathing kind of shit, but you're better at managing it kind of thing. And that's kind of what I found that is doing this has really helped with reducing anxiety, staying calm, and yeah, just trying to be present as well. The muscle recovery side of things as well really helped, and I've learned that it's much better to do in the mornings than after a workout, because after the workout it will reduce inflammation, and you kind of want that inflammation after a workout. That's kind of where the muscle growth comes from. But in the morning, that's when you can the morning, kind of the day after a workout is when it's really good, because you can reduce leftover inflammation, which is going to make you feel sore and stuff, and it also help recover the muscles after they've given time to process the muscle stimulus. If it's a run or a workout, then you can kind of go into that cold shower, reduce the leftover inflammation that is kind of just built up, and help you recover by basically kind of reducing it. And I just feel like it does wonders. I go in there with really sore calves or something, I just have the cold shower on my calf for the whole time, and then suddenly it's just better. Do a couple of stretches in it, really kind of spot reduce that kind of soreness in the muscle, and it's sick. That really does work. And yeah, that only came in kind of later for me when I started running. I didn't really feel I didn't do recovery after just my lifting sessions, even though I probably should have done. Also, just a quick thing, I have a free guide to the top 7 recovery methods that I've tried. So this is just one of them. Really recommend going down, clicking the link in the description, take you to a Gumroad page. You literally just pick it up for £0, totally free. And then you're just free to use that as much as you want. Loads of information in there about all the different types of recovery methods. Easy to do, and you can try at home. Okay, well, I'm going to say it, and I think it's true. Cold showers never get easier, or cold never gets easier. You don't really get used to it. I think it's just the way that you deal with it does. Every morning it still feels the same as the first time I did it. Obviously, you can progressively overload it, but there's a certain point where it's just you can't. When it gets to freezing temperatures, it's it just feels so hard no matter how long you do it. That's something you got to deal with. But I think that also kind of helps with your brain. I'm not entirely sure what it's called, but I was learning about this thing the other day. It's this part of your brain that grows with doing hard work and putting in a lot of effort and trying to get results from it. So it's the discipline kind of thing in your brain. So it's really good to grow. It kind of grows after doing hard things, doing a 1 extra minute in the cold bath, or an extra K in the run, that kind of thing. Going a little bit further than you thought you could, pushing your limits a little bit, develops this part of your brain, and it's really good to keep developing yourself, developing your mindset and your discipline as well. So yeah, it never gets easier, but I think that's kind of a good part of it, because you keep doing it every day. It doesn't have to get super hard. You stay at that kind of the same level every day, but you challenge yourself mentally with it. And yeah, as I said, when you go under, or you do your first kind of second in the cold, you get hyper present. You're focused on what's with you right now. And I think that's a really good thing just for life, is just being really present, being where you are, being where your feet are, making sure you're kind of acknowledge your surroundings, so being mindful about it. And yeah, that's a really important thing. It just really helps with all of my mental health, mental well-being, just being present, and the cold really helped with that. So all that being said, I really would recommend trying it. Like I said, I recommend trying it in the mornings. I've tried it other times during the day, but I've never really felt as much of a benefit than trying it in the morning. Trying in the mornings is just superior. Try and progressively overload to be able to get to a lower temperature. Definitely helps. Recovery for hybrid athletes, lifting and running is really, really good, so you can train harder, recover better, and make more gains in less time. And overall, yeah, I 100% recommend for reducing anxiety, improving mental health. I feel it worked wonders for me, and chatting to my mates and stuff who have tried it as well, it seems to have done the same thing for them as well. So really, really good. I would recommend. Over 700 days of cold exposure, and I'm still doing it, and I would recommend it because it's great. There's a reason I have not missed a day, have not missed a week of doing it, because it just makes me enjoy life more and be grateful for all the things that we have as well. Yeah, and that's why I'll keep continue to do it as well. So yeah, all that being said, check the link in the description for all the recovery methods that will help you make more gains with running and lifting and just being more healthy. Thank you for watching this video. We're motivating the doers out here. Subscribe and join the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Woo! Comment any questions you want. Thank you so much. See you in the next one. Bye.